I've been teaching for 26 years, and today is the 20th anniversary of September 11th. And every year I have done this song and told the story in my class, and today I don't have a class. So when I was taking the cave tour this morning, I saw these twins, and I thought, oh my gosh, that's what I've got to do. I've got to record this in front of the Missouri Twin Towers, or whatever you would, twin sisters. So this is a young group, so a lot of you probably have very faint memories of September 11th, but for those of us who are older, it was a day that was surreal. I remember going in to school and that morning, and of course hearing about it on the radio on the way in. And when I got to school, I had students coming and going throughout classes watching television. It was happening. Now, I'm a vocational agriculture teacher, so I teach a greenhouse class, and we have a greenhouse we grow plants in. And we just set up the day to replace the roof on the greenhouse. And I just decided to go ahead with it because it was a welcome distraction from everything that was happening. And so when students were coming and going, and between third and fourth hour, I had this young lady come over, and she was visibly distraught. She was very, very crying, and I got around her and I said, hey, Melissa, her name was Melissa. I said, it's okay, Walnut Grove, Missouri, a population of 665 people, is not a target. We're going to be okay. And she says, no, Mr. Blakemore, you don't understand. They just, before my last class, they announced the name of the flight that hit the first tower. And she said, I'm scared to death. My aunt was on that plane. I said, Melissa, it's okay. You're probably not. She said, well, last night my aunt called me, and she was in Boston, and she was a salesperson, and she called me from Boston last night and said, I'm flying out at 8 o'clock in the morning, going back to my home in Dallas, Texas. And she said, right before class, right before I got into this hour, just about 5 minutes ago, they announced the identification of the plane that hit Tower 1 was the 8:05 flight from Boston to Dallas. And she's like, we can't get a hold of my aunt. Now, cell phones were not as prevalent and reliable back then either. So as a teacher, I'm kind of like, well, okay, that doesn't sound good to me. And come to find out, it was her aunt's plane, but her aunt that morning had got up and hadn't quite made her sales quota the day before, and she went to the airport and traded her ticket in for a day late. And it was her flight, but she had decided to not be on it, and that was the one that hit tower number 1. So Melissa inspired me to write a song about how you would feel if you were given a second chance at life. And there's three people in this song I wrote it about. They are all true people in my life. So the song is called Good and Better Days. Said I spent 3 years in darkness in a Vietnam prison camp. So hungry, scared, and hopeless, tied hands behind my back. But my prayers were finally answered on the day I was set free. Now there's only good and better days for me. When I greet the sun each morning, I don't ever wear a frown. Not a problem or worry could ever bring me down. I just breathe the air God gave me and live my life so sweet. 'Cause there's only good and better days for me. Said I lost my hair real early when the treatments took effect. When the doctor said my chances were slim to none at best. It'll be 6 years on Sunday since I got down on my knees. And there's only good and better days for me. When I greet the sun each morning, I don't ever wear a frown. Not a problem or worry could ever bring me down. I just breathe the air God gave me, live my life so sweet. 'Cause there's only good and better days for me. She said the ticket's in my Bible for the flight I didn't take, and I was given a second chance on that cruel September day. Now when I greet the sun each morning, I don't ever wear a frown. Not a problem or worry could ever bring me down. I just breathe the air God gave me and live my life so sweet.